Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie, with a cup of tea, and welcome to the Advent calendar for the 9th of December. I've changed it up a little bit today. I thought we'll go a bit. I've got the red bow, the Christmas hat. I'm going red today, so just to change it up a little bit. Now, as it says underneath, thank you, all my subscribers, everyone who watches my videos, everyone who likes my videos, everyone, all my members, and I've got a lot of members now. I've got some exciting news about members. I'm just working it all out how I'm going to do it. But yes, and thank you to everyone who gifted memberships last night in the live, and we had another brilliant live. It was so lovely. My Chatterati, you are the best chat on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you to people who sent me a Ko-fi or a super chat. And thank you to anyone who's emailed me. I'm working my way through emails. I'm getting a very high volume of emails at the moment, but keep sending them because I do work my way through them. Might take me a little while, but I do get there. So yeah, thank you to everyone for making my channel what it is. Okay, so bibbity bobbity boo, bringing positivity to you. So I'm like the red witch today, I suppose. Am I? I don't know. Don't know if I'm a witch. Gosh, my nose is a little bit red. I've just been out. I'm a little bit late today because I overslept. Just been out with my little doggies. And it's a little bit chilly. It's not. It's lovely and sunny, but it's quite windy. So I feel like my nose got a little bit rocco, a little bit red. Oh yeah, so everything's red today. Yeah, my Father Christmas hat. Maybe I should have put the glittery one. This is the velvet one. I've got quite a few actually. Okay, so what am I going to talk about today? Remember, these Advent calendars are all positivity. Positivity building up to Christmas. Lots of people not looking forward to Christmas. People facing their first Christmas, like Nicola's children, Nicola Bully's children, facing their first Christmas without their mum. They won't be the only ones. There'll be lots of children out there facing the first Christmas without their mum or their dad or their grandma or their granddad or their pet. And not only children, you know, Christmas can be a devastating time for people for that reason, you know, for bereavement. It can be for financial hardship. It can be through health, mental health. It can be just, you know, because people are lonely and they haven't got anyone to celebrate Christmas with. So we've always got to remember all these people. I've been those people. We've all been those people from time to time. So, you know, we have to hopefully, you know, we have to feel empathy for these people that we know there'll be people out there who aren't looking forward to Christmas. Now, years ago, anyone who's read my book will know, I lost my best friend, died on Christmas Day when I was quite young, when I was just a teenager. So I didn't celebrate Christmas for years, or I couldn't celebrate it. I couldn't look forward to it. I felt guilty looking forward to it. She'd looked forward to it so much that particular year. You know, she was so looking forward to Christmas. She had a Christmas party to go to. I was going to be doing her makeup. She bought all her clothes. You know, she had a new boyfriend. Everything was, she was so happy. That, at least that's good. But she was only 21 years old and she never saw that Christmas. She died on the 25th of December. She was in a car accident and her machine was turned off on the 25th of December. So rest in peace, Elaine. I always think about her even now, even though it was years ago, years and years ago, probably 40 years ago. So that ruined Christmas for quite a long time, apart from the guilt of not, you know, couldn't look forward to it. I felt guilty that I was enjoying it and she wasn't there because we'd enjoyed Christmases together. She was my best friend. Also, I felt like almost if I looked forward to it, I would die as well, because that's what happened. You know, that's what happened to Elaine. I was scared of looking forward to it because I thought if I looked forward to it too much, something would happen. And then I think finally, you know, as time went on, I just realized that at least she had the pleasure of looking forward to it. She didn't get to see it, all the things, the parties and that she was looking forward to, but she did get the fun of looking forward to it. So I changed a little bit. And then of course I had my son, and then it's all about children, isn't it? And that, you know, it's nice when you've got children. We used to do all the thing of you know, leaving the biscuits out for the carrots out for the reindeer, and the mince pies and the sherry out for Father Christmas, etc. You know, it was just, it's magical, isn't it, when they're young. And I always remember when we moved to this house, because where we lived before was just like one level, you know, it was like a villa, just all on one level. And then when we moved to this house, because it's got quite a few floors, and it hasn't got a chimney, whereas the other house had a fireplace and a chimney. I remember my son being really worried how would Father Christmas get in, you know, how would he get in to leave the presents? And I remember sort of saying to it, because we had an alarm, so I was said to him, well, I'll leave in on his letter, I'll leave him you know, the alarm number, so it doesn't wake us up, so the alarm doesn't go off. Oh, it's just so sweet. And what was the other thing that because as he was getting a bit older, because he was an only one, I think he did believe in Father Christmas a lot younger than maybe people, children with siblings do, because it was one of my brothers who told me very early on that there was no Father Christmas, because he was nice like that. He was one of those sort of brothers, you know, like I've got two brothers, and it's like at the time, I mean, he's nice now, but he's grown up now. But when he was a child, he was the nasty brother. And yeah, telling me, you know, very early that there was no Father Christmas, etc. But I think because my son is an only one, I think that, you know, for quite a long time now. But I remember him coming home from school and saying, no, such and such says there is no Father Christmas, and I'm stupid to believe in Father Christmas. And I said, well, what do you think? And he said, well, there must be, because otherwise, where do the presents come from? And then we wrote to Father Christmas that year. We wrote a letter to Father Christmas, or he did. And I put it in the post box here in my little village. Papa Noel, Pola Sur, you know, the South Pole. And we got a reply. We got a letter. It got somewhere, because he got a reply back from Father Christmas. It was honest to God, it was so lovely. So if you've got little ones, get them to write a letter and put it in the post box. Just all you have to do is put Father Christmas, North Pole or South Pole, or whichever pole it is, and it gets there. It gets there somewhere, and it gets answered. And honest to God, he was so made up with this reply. And of course, he takes that into school then the next day to show his friend who's to see there is a Father Christmas. Oh dear, of course, he's never forgiven me now for lying to him, but it was lovely at the time. And then after that, let me think, after that, they were, you know, I've enjoyed Christmases in between. Various partners that I've been with, that we've had good Christmases. My ex-partner, where it all ended sort of terribly, but we did actually have nice Christmases, you know. You know, Christmas is just funny, isn't it? You remember it. You can remember it for it being lovely, or you can remember it for it being awful, because when you feel bad at Christmas, you cannot escape it. Any big celebration like that, you know, you can't pretend Christmas is not happening. It's all over the adverts on the TV. It's every advert probably that comes up on your internet feeds. Christmas, or everyone sat around having a good time, smiling, laughing, joking, and you feeling miserable. It's you know, it can be horrible, because then later on, really, it's only last year that I started enjoying Christmas again. So through some sort of personal reasons, some, you know, I won't talk about them, but let's just put it this way: Christmas was miserable. And the thing is, Christmas, you know, people invite you. I was invited to many people's houses at Christmas. But I didn't want to go and see everybody else being all happy when I wasn't happy. Also, I didn't want to put a dampener on their Christmas festivities. So I did have a few miserable Christmas. When I say miserable, I mean, I'm old enough now for it not to be miserable. It's one day, and I just sort of phone round the family and make the best of it, if you like. And it's not, you get through it, but it is horrible. I know how it can feel. So my heart really goes out to anyone who knows they're going to have a bad Christmas this year. So that's the purpose of these advent calendars. Every day, make you smile, at least for these 5 minutes. Bibbity bibbity boo, bringing happiness to you, even if it's just for the duration of this video. Can't change people's lives, unfortunately, and life is difficult at times, and I can't change that either, but I can bring you a little bit of fun every day leading up to Christmas. So, as I say, this is the 9th of December. And what I've decided to do this morning is, just as I was saying, I know that quite from emails and messages that I've got, there are quite a few of my chatters not looking forward to Christmas this year for, various different reasons. And something I've learned to do, because when you're an empath, it's so difficult to separate yourself from the sadness in the world and the sadness of other people, the negativity of people, anger of people. You soak up other people's, you give out your happy vibes, but in exchange, you're sort of soaking up all the negative vibes. So being an empath, at times, it can be absolutely devastating to your own mental health. Because literally, if I walk in a room or go to the supermarket or, anywhere where there's a lot of people, it's like being attacked psychically, because all the different emotions that are coming off people, all the different vibes that are coming off people, it's like being attacked. And it's a bit like that on YouTube sometimes with the trolls and things like that. Sometimes I'm fine. Honest to God, sometimes I just think, oh, for God's sake, I find it quite amusing. There's other times it does get me down. And so what I've learned to do over the years, which I learned from someone else, obviously, who told me how to do this when I was trying to explain to them how I felt sometimes. Because I do feel that these feelings have become attuned over the years. And that's probably from teaching. Because teaching anything, I teach Spanish, and you sat there and you've got to be, you've got to channel the feelings of the students, because you've got to know when they're struggling or when they're not, or, and you've got to try and explain things to them. Something that might seem very clear to me and maybe to 3 students in a class, there might be another 2 students there and they're just not getting it. And so you've got to somehow project out, to help them to understand. So I think over the years, you get even more and more attuned to people, until in the end, it's quite difficult sometimes for me to be in a group of more than, say, 5 or 6 people. It's horrible, really, sometimes, because not their fault, but all the different vibes coming towards me, all the different emotions, and I'm giving out, it's like a battery, you're giving out your energy and they're taking it, and you're getting nothing back, or you're only getting negative energy back. So you just get absolutely depleted. And sometimes when I get home from something like that, where I've been with a lot of people, especially if they're negative people, oh God, I'm just on the floor by the time I get back. Can't even think straight. So what I've learned to do, and what somebody helped me with years ago, a lady that I knew, she was a massage therapist, actually, and I used to go to her for a massage. And I was trying to explain this to her one day, because she was quite into spiritual things, and she was an empath too. And she told me this trick. So I'm going to share it with you. Now, you've got to find, she told me what she did, and I've adapted it to what how it feels good to me. And you'll find what works for you. But basically, for me, what works is when I know I'm going into a situation where there's going to be a lot of people and I might find it uncomfortable. Sometimes I even do it before a live or before a video, especially a live, because people, I don't have to do it before a video because I don't see people's instant reactions. But when I'm on a live and people are there interacting, and there's likely to be people saying not very nice things, because that's just, and as my channel grows, it's going to get even worse. It's not going to get better. I was watching a James English video, and I think it was the one with Peter Folding, and he was saying how it just rolls off his back. Now you've got to develop a very thick skin. He's got 578,000 subscribers. So whenever he does a video, I don't know if he does lives or not, but whenever he does a video, he's going to get some negativity. Of course he is. You can't escape it. The percentage wise, statistics will show you that, won't they? So yeah, he said he lets it roll. You've got to develop a thick skin. So what I do, this is what I do before, not only before a live, maybe before. I don't really do many big group classes now in Spanish, but when I was doing group classes, because they're the hardest, because you've got all the conflicting vibes of all the different students, and then will they get on together? Sometimes they don't like each other, and I've got to be the mediator. So there's a lot of things that can. So what I would do is now I use a cross, because that for me that works like a cross sign in the process. You need to use whatever suits you according to your beliefs, your religion, your whatever. You don't have to use a cross. I'm just telling you what I do. And I use this, it's not a cross that I'm doing it to me, but I do it actually externally onto when it's for students coming into my my classroom. I do the cross sign against every entrance to my house. So I've got the two gates, got the window, the patio window, the front door. Then there's the window in the bathroom, the window in the kitchen. And then I go up mentally in my head, go up the bathroom, upstairs bathroom window, the 3 bedrooms, the windows, and I cross them all. I put it's not really a cross, it's like a barrier that I put across. Then right up to the top, the door, the window, etc. And I put it's a mental barrier, but I do sort of actually use my hands to sort of do it. But I'm doing it in my head, and then I turn around and do it. And I'm doing it mentally in my head to keep out all negativity. Do not, it's like a barrier to negativity, a psychic barrier, or I'm just making that barrier in my head. Obviously, I'm not putting a great big physical barrier up. So I'm making a psychic barrier where negativity cannot come into my house, and I'm believing it as I'm doing it. And then around me, particularly, I do the same thing, especially around your head and your brain and that, and I do the top of my head. An easier way maybe to do it, sometimes I do a bubble around me. I put myself mentally in a bubble, a lovely silver bubble. Sometimes I do a mesh bubble, because I want the positivity to come in. So I don't want to create a total barrier between me and other people or energies. I want positive energy to come through. And I sort of say little words to you. Probably think I'm mad now, but this is what I do anyway, and it works for me. And then I put like a little mantra in my head where I'm saying, please let positivity flow in, but no negativity. So I sort of make this lovely big silver bubble, then create little holes just for the positivity to come in, but no negativity can come in. And I'm doing all this mentally, obviously. Sometimes I do like crosses around all the parts of my body, that's for health as well as actual sort of psychic attacks, if you like, because people, depends what you believe in. I've had students that were really into all these kind of things, and say that we are under attack all the time. You can be in the supermarket, literally standing next to someone, and there's some bad vibes coming off that person. And if you haven't protected yourself with like a bubble of some kind, it can come into your psyche. Like it's like it depends if you believe it, which I do believe in good and evil. There's definitely good and evil, and you can't believe in good without evil, and you can't believe in evil without good. You can't think, it's like God and the devil, isn't it? There is definitely, these opposing forces, and of course there's a lot in between. But every day in little things we do, we're fighting between good and evil, aren't we? You know what it's like sometimes. I don't know, you feel like you should do the right thing about something. Can't think of an example. It could be the smallest little thing, and then you think, oh no, I want to do that. There's something that you want to do that maybe isn't 100% right. And so you do, then you're like battling with your conscience, aren't you? It's like in the cartoons where you've got the little devil on one side and the little angel on the other, and you're like, oh, shall I do that? Shan't I do that? Shall I do that? Shan't I do that? And we're battling with that every day, not only in big things, but in little things. You might have some chocolate left or whatever, and you're wondering whether to share it with your friend or, or your partner or your dog. I mean, it's just literally little inconsequential things sometimes. And it always, it's funny because you always struggle with it, but it always feels better when you do the good thing, even though, like, here's an example, because, I've told you about the little old man and woman that sit outside my supermarket with the dog in the Christmas outfit, which is one of the photos that we're going to look at. Sometimes I think, oh, shall I give them 50 cents or whatever? Maybe I've got €2 in cash. And then I think, oh, I might need that because I've hardly ever got cash. And sometimes you need €1 to put in a machine, a parking or something like that. And I toy with myself, like, oh, or I might need it for a shopping trolley at the supermarket or whatever. So I think, shall I give him this €1 or shan't I give him this €1? So even a little thing like that. Anyway, when I do give him the €1, which is probably 99% of the time, I can't really remember when I haven't given it him. I normally give him whatever loose change I've got, or I don't give him more than €1, but I give them regular every day. So, whatever. Just feel better. Just feel better when I do it, when I've sort of gone through that mental sort of, oh, shall I give it? Shall I not give it? I might need it for the shopping trolley later, or I might need it parking. And then in the end, I just think, oh, well, I'll get, somewhere or another, I'll get that €1 back. And you give it, and it does feel better. It feels so much better. It's almost like feels better. I don't know if you ever saw the Friends episode where was it Phoebe was saying that nothing you do can be altruistic because even when you're being altruistic, because it makes you feel good, then really you're doing it for yourself. It was quite a funny episode. And it's true in a way, because giving does make you feel good. That was lovely last night when everyone was gifting those memberships. It felt a bit like Christmas, people throwing presents out. And I know it's only a Vicki Marie Chats membership, but it's a good thought. These are good thoughts. These are positive thoughts that will bring good karma your way. You do things in positivity that will invite good karma back on you. And I remember years ago, again, outside a different supermarket, there was a little boy out there. Let's say little boy, I mean, he wasn't a toddler, but he wasn't very old. He was about 9 outside that supermarket. And they come from these families. I know they go around everywhere, probably begging and what have you. People say, oh, they've got loads of money. Well, maybe they have. I don't know. But I wouldn't swap my life for them. I don't want to spend all day outside a supermarket asking for money. And I don't know why. I must have been feeling in a very generous mood. And I must have been a bit flushed because I rarely had a spare €5 to just give to someone. But I gave him a €5 note. Oh, my God, this boy, he was so thrilled. I mean, it was just, you know, it made me cry because he was like, oh, thank you. And then as I was actually coming out the car park, he was sort of chasing after me, waving this €5 note and saying thank you. And it just made me feel really good. I wish I could give €5 notes out left, right, and centre because it does feel good. But yeah, it does. It feels good to you as well. So maybe what Phoebe said is true, and there are no true altruistic acts. I don't know, but it feels good to give, doesn't it? It does. I love giving. Sometimes I can't give. You know, just sometimes you can't. And you shouldn't feel bad about that either, because it doesn't have to be money. You can give your time, you can give your advice, you can just give your ear to someone, you can just listen to someone rambling on because they're upset about something. All these are giving. It doesn't have to be a financial giving, you know. It can be any kind of giving. So yeah, so that's what I'll be doing later, or next time I do a live. I'll be before it. I'll be creating a psychic shield around me to protect me from negative energy. That's really what it's for. Maybe putting a bubble around myself, putting psychic barriers around my house, so no negative energy can come into my house, because you can't control the whole world. You should be able to control your own little space. And I would say to anyone, when things start to get too much, just disconnect from everything for a while. The phone, the internet. You know, the internet is a good place in a lot, but it is, you know, it can be difficult, you know, and you, especially when you're following, if you're interested in true crime, and or following the Nicola Bulley case and all the crazy twists and turns. My heart just breaks for Nikki's family, because how it feels to us, you need to magnify that 1,000,000 times for how it feels to her family, and all these ego battles and that. I'm finding it's so difficult to deal with. But anyway, we're not going to go negative in this video. So that is what I wanted to tell you about today. So if you are feeling a little bit like that, bibbity bobbity boo, positivity to you. Keep positive. Try, just when those thoughts come in, just try and block them out. Use your psychic shield. Okay, so to finish off, we're going to look at the Christmas photos, and you'll be so happy to hear I'm going to sing to you, and I'm going to sing Silent Night. So apologies in advance. I know my singing is awful, but it's just a bit of fun. So let me make sure we're on. We're on. Now I've got to get up the lyrics. I know, so it's sort of funny really, because I know, obviously know most of the lyrics, but I just want to get them up. Where's that gone now? Right. Anyway, here we go. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. I've got to find the lyrics. Round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. I need the words again a minute. Silent night, holy night, all is quiet. I'm making it up now. all is bright. Oh gosh, don't know how to get the two up at the same time. Oh no, don't know that. Silent night, holy night, Son of God. Oops. Right, hang on. I seem to have lost the. Oh, there they are. They're there. They're there. Right. God. Oh, maybe I should give up on the singing. Just show their pictures. Sa la la. Oh, I'll just sing like that. La 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 la. La 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 la. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Dee 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 dee.
Alexa.
Dee 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 dee. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Gosh. There you go. So that's your advent calendar for the 9th of December. It's a Saturday. Have a fantastic weekend. I don't think I'll be back until tomorrow now. But you never know, because you just never know what might happen, do you? So remember to live and love carefully, wisely. Just look, I'm just deciding whether I like this hat or not. Remember to live and love very carefully, very wisely. Look after you, because you are the most important thing. Put your psychic shield on. Don't let anybody upset your balance, because please, if somebody's being horrible to you, it's because they've got a problem themselves. That is normally where bullying and trolling and all those nasty things come from. Sometimes you will get trolled for just having a different opinion to somebody else, because other people can't accept that you don't agree with them. That doesn't happen on my channel. Everybody has the right to say what they want to say, as long as it's not nasty. Okay, so yeah, take care. Just keep positive. And as always, I'll see you again very soon. And until then, may your God go with you.